My husband told me that he doesn't want to be affectionate with me because we are not teenagers. Now he's shattered because I am giving him the cold shoulder. We've been married 11 years. I thought we were solid. Last month, during our anniversary dinner at Olive Garden, I reached for his hand across the table. He pulled away like I'd burned him. I laughed it off, thought maybe his hand was greasy from the breadsticks, but then I tried again during dessert. He moved his hand to his lap and said we needed to talk about boundaries. He said affection makes him uncomfortable now, that we're not high schoolers anymore and all the touching and cuddling needs to stop, that it's embarrassing when I hold his hand in public. I just sat there staring at my chicken Alfredo getting cold, watching the steam disappear. I asked what brought this on. He said grown-ups don't need to hold hands or cuddle on the couch every night. That kind of stuff is for teenagers. He said his boss doesn't act like that with his wife, so why should we? That we need to be more mature about our relationship. My love language is physical touch, always has been. I need hugs. I need to feel connected. But he said he needed space to breathe, to feel like an independent person again. So I decided to give him exactly what he asked for. Day 1, I stopped everything. No good morning kiss. When he left for work at 6:30, I said bye from the bedroom instead of walking him to the door. He didn't notice. Day 2, he came home and went for his usual kiss. I turned my head so it landed on my cheek, gave him a quick pat on the shoulder, then walked away to check on the meatloaf. Still, nothing. Day 3, he sat on the couch and patted the spot next to him like he'd done for 11 years. I sat in the armchair across the room with my book. He asked if I was feeling okay. I said I'm fine, just giving you the space you wanted, being more mature. He looked confused but didn't push it. By day 5, I'd stopped packing his lunch with little notes, stopped texting him during the day. When he sent me a funny meme, I replied with just haha instead of my usual 3 paragraphs of commentary. Week 2, the shift became impossible to ignore. I moved my pillow to the guest room, told him I didn't want to make him uncomfortable with accidental touching during the night, that I might roll over and cuddle him in my sleep, and that would be immature. He said that's not what he meant. I reminded him that he specifically said affection makes him uncomfortable. I was just respecting his boundaries like a grown-up should. He tried to argue, but I cut him off. You said what you said. I'm listening to you. I stopped calling him during my lunch break, stopped sending him pictures of things that reminded me of him. When he'd try to show me funny videos on his phone, I'd glance at it and say that's nice, then go back to folding laundry. His parents came over for Sunday dinner in week 3. His mom hugged me at the door and I could see him watching me hug her back, smile, laugh at his dad's terrible jokes. After they left, he said I seemed different with them, warmer. I told him they don't find my affection uncomfortable. Week 4, his sister called me asking if we were getting divorced. Apparently, he'd called her at 2 a.m. crying, saying I didn't love him anymore, that I looked through him instead of at him. I told her to ask him why that might be. The breaking point came last Thursday. I was washing dishes when he came into the kitchen. He just stood there watching me scrub the same plate for 30 seconds. Then he started crying, not just tearing up, full-on sobbing. He said he missed me, that he didn't realize how much he needed my touch until it was gone, how he took every hug, every kiss, every handhold for granted. He said the house feels empty even when I'm standing right there, that he feels like he's living with a ghost. I dried my hands and looked at him. I said I can't turn my love language on and off like a light switch. For 11 years, I've shown you love the only way I know how, and you told me it made you uncomfortable. You told me to stop acting like a teenager, so I stopped. He said he was wrong, that he was being an idiot, that he'd heard some podcast about maintaining independence in marriage and thought we were too clingy, too dependent on each other. I told him the truth. Either he wants affection or he doesn't. Either he wants a wife who loves him openly or he wants a roommate who respects his space. He's got until Friday to decide which marriage he wants because I'm done pretending I'm okay with being untouchable. It's been 3 days. He follows me from room to room, trying to hold my hand, trying to hug me, but I pull away every single time. Now he knows exactly how the last month felt for me.